One of the key components of mastering a demo is practice, practice, practice. The other important thing is to get feedback on how to improve. So in this video, we're going to talk about how you can use Frame.io and OBS to help master your demo. Before getting started, don't forget to like and subscribe to get notified of future tips and tricks. When I was a kid taking guitar lessons, one of the best pieces of advice I got was that you should record your practice sessions and listen to yourself so that you can improve from your mistakes. The process is kind of like listening to scratching on a chalkboard, but it does help you improve. It's the same with presentations and demos, and it's a good habit to get into. One of the tools that I used that really helps me is Frame.io. And if you're not familiar with Frame.io, it is awesome. You can upload your videos and share them with others for them to comment and annotate. All they need is a web browser or a smartphone. Many movie studios actually use it for some of the biggest blockbusters, partly because it also integrates with Adobe Premiere Pro, After Effects, Final Cut Pro, and DaVinci Resolve, so editors can get feedback and iterate quicker. The main reason I love it for demos, though, comes down to 4 things. So let's talk about the first one. Before Frame.io, I would listen to my recorded demos and write down my notes with the time code and my feedback. But now with Frame.io, it makes it a lot easier for me to do it. If I drop my video into Frame.io here, it's going to take that, it's going to re-encode it so that I can view that online. And this way I can have a look at the video, I can play it back, and if I find a spot in the video where I might find an issue, I'm gonna hit the stop button here, and we'll notice that the email address isn't the same as the name in here, so I wanna leave a comment. So I can use my comment tools down here, and I can even draw on the actual video to highlight what the issue is here. So let's add a little box here. And I'm going to say the name doesn't match the email address. And the great thing about this is that I can see then my comment on the right-hand side here. I can check off and mark it as complete if I fix that. I can reply to that. I can give a thumbs up. Or what we also notice is that it also tracks the time code. So as I leave more and more comments, it's going to allow me to be able to jump to that specific spot and see any of the annotations. So that's pretty cool. But also, if I go back here and let's say I do a recording later on again, and I upload a new copy of that, what I can then do is I can drag that over the top of my previous version, and it will create a second version of this. So then I can have a new round of comments for my new take of it, and I can track each version and track the comments to see my different improvements. Which then brings me to my second benefit, which is getting feedback from others. So when you're watching the video, what I love is that if I want to share this with somebody else to give me some feedback, I can just go up to the top right corner to share here, and I can share for review. And what this will do is this will give me a link I can then share with other people for them to go to this link, they can play it back, and just like before, I can view those comments in line in the timeline. This way, the reviewers are providing their feedback in the context of the demo and the video, and so I can better understand what they were referring to. Which then brings us to the third part, which is collaborating with video editors. When working with my marketing team, sometimes they ask me for a quick video snippet of a demo so that their video editor can incorporate that in a marketing video or an ad. So what I've done is I've streamlined that by incorporating Frame.io into my OBS workflow. So to do that, the first thing I need to do is download the Frame.io app for my computer. This will add a new menu to my menu bar or taskbar, and within this, I can set a watch folder to allow me to upload a recorded file automatically to Frame.io. So let's click on a new folder here. We're going to choose our watch folder. I'm going to choose my demo tips and click on open. And then I can choose which project. In this case, I'm going to choose my demo tips project. And then when I click add, now it's going to watch for changes in that folder and upload them automatically to that project. So the next thing I can do is I can also incorporate it into OBS. All right, so the first thing we need to do in OBS is we need to set our recordings folder to be the same as the one we set for Frame.io. So we're going to go up to our preferences here, and we're going to go to output, and we're going to go to the recording section if we're in the output mode advanced. And we're going to choose the recording path here, and we're going to choose the same folder that we specified for Frame.io to watch. And so now that we have that set, whenever I hit the recording button, any of the recordings are then going to get uploaded to Frame.io automatically. Then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to my project in Frame.io in my web browser. I'm just going to copy the URL to my clipboard. If I am in OBS here, what I can do is I can go up to my menu. I'm going to go to Docs and choose Custom Browser Docs. I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to call it Frame.io. And in the URL here, I'm going to paste my project URL. And I'm going to click Apply and Close. That's going to open up this new window here in OBS. Now, I'm already logged in here. I can then drag that into my layout here. So now, along with the rest of my controls, I can see any of the videos that I've recorded that have been uploaded to Frame.io. This is really handy because then it allows me to be able to communicate back and forth with my editor on any of the videos that I've recorded. So to demonstrate, I'm going to record a quick example here. I'm showing a number of the different sources here. Looks good. Now I'm going to go hit the stop button. Now what we're going to notice then is that the actual video is then getting uploaded automatically to Frame.io, and there's our video that shows up there. The great thing about this here is that if I switch hats and now I'm the editor, if I go into Adobe Premiere, I can actually see in the Frame.io palette any of the different videos and the one that was uploaded, including the one that was just uploaded right here. And so just like we saw before, it allows an editor to be able to provide comments and feedback that will communicate back and forth to OBS. And then even inside of OBS, I can see the comments notifications to tell me when there is a new notification back to me so I can record a new video. For the editor then, they can also take any of the videos here and they can add it to their project by simply downloading it in here, and they can choose whether they want the original or a proxy. And this will add it to the project so that they can start using it for any of their editing in there. I love this because it makes recording and editing a collaborative process, which then brings us to the fourth benefit, which is sharing demos with customers. Now, this applies less for video editing and more if, say, you're recording in things like Zoom or Microsoft Teams, or if you're doing like a training session and people have questions after the fact. If you make that available in Frame.io, then you can have people ask comments in the context of a specific spot in the video, which makes it much easier to answer rather than having to decipher the questions. So those are some of the ways that I love using Frame.io for improving demos. Don't forget to check out some of the other videos on how to tighten up your demos by liking and subscribing. Always love to hear comments and feedback, and thank you very much.